John D. Rockefeller gave away dimes his entire life. People thought he was crazy, maybe even a little cheap. Then he became America's first billionaire. What if I told you those dimes weren't just random acts of kindness? What if they were part of a calculated wealth-building strategy, a psychological hack so powerful it helped build an empire? I was skeptical too. So I tested his strategy for 12 full months. The results? They're going to blow your mind. Stick around, because I'm about to show you exactly how I turned $5,000 into over $47,000 and how you can start doing the same. You've probably heard the advice 1,000 times. Save every penny, cut your expenses, live frugally. But what if the secret to building wealth isn't just about hoarding money, but about strategically putting it into circulation? This is the core of Rockefeller's dime strategy. It's not charity in the traditional sense. Charity is giving without expecting anything in return. Strategic giving, however, is a calculated investment in people and relationships, built on a powerful psychological principle, reciprocity. When you give someone a gift, no matter how small, you create an unconscious social obligation. They feel a natural urge to give something back. Rockefeller understood this better than anyone. Every dime he gave away was a seed planted in the mind of a doorman, a business associate, a child. He wasn't just giving away money. He was building a vast network of goodwill, loyalty, and obligation that would pay dividends for decades. Think about it. The person who received that dime would remember him. They'd speak highly of him. They'd be more inclined to do business with him, to offer him a tip, to open a door for him literally and figuratively. It was a micro-investment that generated a macro return in social capital, reputation, and ultimately financial opportunity. So, how does this work in the modern world where a dime won't buy you much? The principle remains the same, but the dime has evolved. Your modern dime could be buying a coffee for a colleague, paying for a mentee's online course, or sending a thoughtful, high-quality gift to a potential client. It's about creating moments of unexpected generosity that make people feel seen, valued, and indebted to you. This is completely different from just being a nice person. It's all about being smart with your money. You're not just spending. You're investing where it builds the best relationships, right? Now, let's get to my 12-month experiment. I decided to put this theory to the test. I set aside a budget of $5,000 dedicated solely to strategic giving. I want to be crystal clear. This was not my charity budget. This was an investment fund. I created a simple system to track every dollar I spent and, more importantly, to measure the return. My goal was to see if I could tangibly trace financial gains back to these acts of giving. I broke my investments into 3 main categories. First, professional networking. This meant buying lunch for industry contacts, sending personalized gifts to potential collaborators, and paying for subscriptions to valuable tools for my junior team members. Second, skill development for others. I offered to pay for online courses or conference tickets for promising individuals in my network who couldn't afford them. Third, unexpected appreciation. This was for the people who make my life easier every day: the mail carrier, my favorite barista, the building security guard. I gave them gift cards and small cash gifts during non-holiday times when it was completely unexpected. I tracked everything meticulously in a spreadsheet. It had columns for the date, the recipient, the amount, the reason for the gift, and most importantly, a section for return on investment. This is where it gets interesting. The ROI wasn't always a direct cash payment. For example, after buying a well-connected editor lunch a $30 investment, he introduced me to a new client 2 months later. That client project brought in $4,000. That's a massive return. I paid for a $200 online coding course for a young freelancer I was mentoring. 6 months later, she built a custom piece of software for one of my projects, saving me what would have been a $3,000 developer fee. She insisted on doing it for free to thank me. I'll pull up the spreadsheet on the screen now so you can see it for yourself. Look at this entry here. A $50 gift basket sent to a gatekeeper at a company I was trying to work with. A week later, my proposal, which had been stuck for a month, was suddenly on the CEO's desk. That deal closed for $10,000. The results stacked up month after month. The returns weren't always immediate. Sometimes it took 6, even 8 months for the seed to sprout. But it always did. The key was that my giving was targeted. I wasn't just giving to random people. I was investing in individuals and relationships that had the potential to create value, either for me directly or within my network. I was building an army of people who were silently rooting for me, eager to help me succeed because I had first invested in them. After 12 months, I tallied up the numbers. My initial investment of $5,000 had generated a traceable return of $47,350. That's an ROI of over 800%. Here are the screenshots from my accounts, showing the incoming payments I could directly attribute to these strategic connections. So, how can you implement this? First, you need to shift your mindset. Stop thinking of it as spending money. Start thinking of it as planting seeds. Second, create your dime strategy budget. It doesn't have to be $5,000. Start with $50 a month. The amount is less important than the consistency and the strategy behind it. Third, identify your key targets for investment. Who are the connectors in your industry? Who are the up-and-comers you can support? Who are the everyday people whose loyalty could make your life smoother? Make a list. Fourth, and this is the most critical part, you must track everything. This tracking system is what turns wishful thinking into a measurable business strategy. It forces you to be intentional, and it proves that the system works. This approach challenges the conventional wisdom of scarcity. The save every penny mindset operates from a place of fear, the fear of not having enough. The Rockefeller strategy operates from a place of abundance. It's based on the law of circulation. Value must flow out for greater value to flow back in. You are creating your own luck. You're engineering serendipity. Instead of waiting for opportunities to fall into your lap, you're creating the conditions for them to come find you. This isn't about manipulating people. It's about genuinely investing in their success, knowing that as you lift others up, you create a rising tide that lifts you as well. It's the ultimate win-win. So forget just saving your pennies. Start strategically investing your dimes. Pay for the coffee for the person behind you in line. Send that thank you gift to a former boss. Plant your first seed and watch what grows. You might just be surprised at the harvest you reap. Thanks for watching, and if you found this valuable, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more unconventional strategies to build wealth. I'll see you in the next video.